Good morning, welcome back to my channel, and this is going to be a video on Revival Game Not Over that was held in Wolverhampton a couple of days ago, so on Saturday, Sunday. So that was my first ever expo kind of thing I've ever been to, and I was really buzzing for it, and it was an absolutely fantastic time. Obviously it was my first time, so maybe I'm a bit biased, but I thought it was absolutely fantastic. To get the kind of negative thing out of the way first, the first night I was down in Wolverhampton, I lost my wallet, so I was in a bit of a sticky situation, absolutely gutted. So the first night I got there, I met Paul, Ink Northerner, and we went out to the pub and we watched the England game against Iceland, and then he left to go to his digs, and I went back to the hotel, but I went to a kebab shop to get something to eat, and then I jumped in a pub next to the hotel just for a wee pint before I went to bed, and I lost it somewhere between the pub and the hotel. Absolutely gutted, but Paul Ink Northerner is an absolute superstar. He sorted me out. I was a bit out of sorts. I was a bit obviously gutted, but I messaged Paul asking him if he'd help me out, and straight away he was like, "Aye, no bother, I'll sort you out." So the next day he sorted me out with some funds, which saved my weekend. To be honest with you, I've had off absolute superstar, honestly. Couldn't thank him enough. He said to me, "Listen, it was no bother." He said any of the lads would have helped me out, and I'm sure maybe they would have helped me out, but it's not the point. Of the fact was that he did, first time of asking, and no questions asked. He was just like, "Yep, no worries, I'll sort you out," and absolutely fantastic. But anyway, absolutely brilliant. So me and Paul got there via a bank machine, and then the first kind of people I seen was Liam, Retro Ram, Ben Foxbox, David Tyler. They were kind of together, and then there was this guy with a pink hoodie on. And I said to Paul, "Who's that guy in the pink hoodie? That must be James, Retro Import Gamer." And sure enough it was. And the first thing that really kind of strikes me about James was he's so bloody tall, like a lot taller than I thought he was going to be. In his videos he looks kind of wee, but big tall lad. And I got to say hello to all of them. I had a good chat with Dave Tyler and Liam Retro Ram. I had a quick brief hello with Ben and James. I'd love to have spoke to James a bit more, and he just released a video and said that he had a wee game of Outrun and he finished it. I'd love to have seen that, man. That would have been so cool. But yeah, so into the event. The event was brilliant. So many consoles set up, so many consoles I've never heard of before, never seen before. Like there was, as soon as you went in on the right hand side, there was a Sega Pluto. That's just mad, never heard of that before. And then big PSX, which I think is an absolutely gorgeous big PlayStation white. Oh, it's just amazing. And then there was like an IQ, a Sega Jet, Sega Mega Jet I think it is. Just loads and loads of cool random consoles I've never seen before. Loads of different stalls, tons of arcades. It was quite an experience, especially for the first time. It was just so cool. But I'll go through some pickups just now. So the first, let's move this out of the way. So the first thing that I picked up was a bunch of magazines, so I can put up on the magazine wall behind me. Those ones are from somebody else. So these are the first 5 that I bought from one of the stalls. And after I bought them, I was talking with Sega Saturn lad Scott. So out of everybody that I met on the 2 days, Sega Saturn lad's the only person I've ever met in real life before. He was up at the hotel last year. It was brilliant to meet him and his 3 kids, and we just had a really good chat again today, on Saturday. Brilliant to see him again. But he was telling me that the guy that I bought these magazines from has got like a complete set of like all Sega magazines. Like I'm pretty sure he said it was all Mega Drive mags, all Dreamcast, Saturn. He's got all Sega magazines. That blows my mind. That's immense. But then he took us over to the crystal and talking about stuff. Then we went to the Japanese section, and he's right into Japanese stuff. If you see his Instagram, you'll see the pickups that he got. Mad stuff. And like, I do like Japanese stuff, but I'm just not quite there in my collecting kind of journey to start branching out to Japanese stuff. I kind of wanted to, but I'm not at that stage yet. But I saw so many cool stuff, and obviously the Japanese box art is just 10 times better than the PAL stuff that we get here. But anyway, the 5 magazines I got from this stall was an Edge magazine, Power Struggle, so the 6th generation consoles in here. I read a wee bit of this when I was down there, and Edge kind of called it, saying that the PlayStation was gonna win that generation, which they did, obviously. Next one is a really cool one. I don't know what it is, but it's a special Japan issue of Edge, and it's got really cool artwork on it. It kind of reminds me of like Maximo and Ghouls and Ghosts kind of thing, but it looks like a samurai kind of Murasame kind of guy on the front. But the artwork is really, really cool. No idea what it is, but I just thought it was really striking, so I grabbed that one as well. Next one I got here was a really cool picture of... I just buy magazines with the kind of cover pictures, that's all, for the wall. I read them sometimes and see what the articles are and stuff like that. But this one's cool as well. It's got Killzone Liberation, so the PSP game. Really cool little isometric shooter on the PSP. And I just love the Helghast kind of design. I just think Helghast are a really cool enemy in games. This one's cool because it's really striking and it's quite simple. And it's a Nintendo magazine with Epic Mickey in the front. Great games these are. I really enjoyed Epic Mickey 1 and 2. But I like this one because there's not too much text on it. It's obviously got Epic Mickey along the front. But it's just a nice striking picture. It would have been cooler, I think, if it was all in black and white. That would have been a cooler direction for it. And then this one here is fantastic. And it's a Play Gamer. Never seen this magazine before. So it's got 2 sides to it. So it's got a Prince of Persia side, which is alright. But this side here is fantastic. And it's Dante's Inferno. What a game this is. Absolutely brilliant. Another guy I met, obviously, was Eddie. And he was questioning, is Dante's Inferno better than God of War? I don't think it is, but I do think it's absolutely fantastic. I think God of War has that heft of like obviously a lot more games, a lot more depth with the storytelling and stuff, but Dante's Inferno is a game that should not be overlooked. It's brilliant. It's a lot darker than God of War. It's a lot more kind of, because God of War is gory, but this is just a bit more darker, gory, gruesome. Fantastic game. So those are the first things I bought at Revival. Obviously, I just walking around, I seen this guy with a big massive table full of magazines and boxes full of £2 magazines. They were all in the boxes, which I thought were all £2, but a couple of them were £3. But he gave me them all for a tenner anyway. And I wasn't trying to do them out of money. I just genuinely thought they were all £2 in the boxes, in the cardboard boxes. So talking about Eddie, I met Eddie and I met Dylan, Hyper Trigger X. Absolutely brilliant. Another thing that kind of struck me was how chatty like Dylan is. I thought he was a very somber kind of guy, like really quiet and things like that, but he's so chatty. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely loved him. It was great to meet him, great to meet Eddie. Dylan brought me a couple of magazines as well, Retro Gamer magazines for the wall, and those magazines are really cool because it is all about the artwork on the cover of them. There's not, you don't have like a lot of like blurbs and headings and things like that. It's just all artwork. But unfortunately I forgot to pick them up. We left them at Tootie's stall and I forgot to pick them up because I'm a clown. But yeah, so these things all came from Eddie Next, which are brilliant. So these are Super Play, so Super Nintendo magazines. So the first one here we get Star Fox in the front, which has got really dodgy kind of artwork on it. Really cool artwork, but it looks a bit weird. Like, he just looks a bit evil. I don't know, but that's really cool. But this one is the one that I thought was fantastic. And I didn't know what the game was. It's called Vortex, but absolutely brilliant. I love the kind of blue and blue kind of mech design. Looks very kind of Guyver. It's really cool. And then I was reading this magazine. I went into the kind of the section, the kind of feature of Vortex, and Vortex looks terrible. It looks awful. Here it is here. Like cool art design, but obviously it's got the kind of 3D kind of artwork, and the game doesn't look good, but the artwork is fantastic. And I think Eddie just forgot to give me the wee Akira cards that you get with it. That's fine though. Couldn't. And then he gave me this as well, which is really cool because I've never seen this before, and I was aware that this game was a comic book first, I think. But I've never seen the comic book before, and it's 13, so I'm sure it's a Belgian, French or Belgian, I'm pretty sure it's Belgian. It's a Belgian comic book, and obviously the game's brilliant. I've got it on PS2, I finished it last year or the year before on the PS2, and I've since got it in the PS4, the kind of remake, and everyone slates it, everyone said it wasn't good, but I seen Ross Bahaha, he played it a while ago, and it looked absolutely fine to me, so I'm looking forward to giving that a go one day again because it was really cool. And then he also gave me a game which I've never heard of before. I think he said he accidentally ordered 2 of these. It took a while to get to them. It's called Kingdom of Arcadia. Looking at the back and reading the kind of blurb, it kind of looks like a Wonder Boy kind of game, like Agalos, which is brilliant as well. But in this you play as Sam, who tries out his dad's arcade machine. He's suddenly pulled inside where he finds himself starring in his own pixelated adventure. That sounds pretty cool, it sounds quite different. I need to give that a go. I'm going to check on how long it is to beat this game, because it could be a game that I could stream just over a couple of streams. Because I kind of like to do that with shorter games, if it is a short game, just to kind of have that kind of history with it and then go back and see what things are like. That's really cool, so thanks very much Eddie for them, much appreciated. And then I was kind of wandered around the place and everything, and then I went to the first game I bought was from, what was his name, he was on Swap Shop quite a bit. Oh, what's his name, Rob Foot. Yeah, so the first game that I bought from the store, the expo, was R-Type Final. So I got this from Fob's store. It looks fantastic. It looks like a brilliant shooter. I do like playing shooters. I'm just not very good at them. Like, I would never go for 1 credit runs or anything like that because I just can't, to be honest with you. But I do like playing them. I played quite a lot recently. I don't really count them as me finishing the game because I do use up many credits. But sometimes I do count it as a completion. But still, that's fantastic and a good price on that one. Next, got another gift here, sorry. So this was from Lee, Nerdy Geezer. So I've talked to Lee for quite a wee while, just on messages and things like that, just because I like the guy and we kind of chat away. And this game he was meant to send this, but he forgot to send it or something like that, and he was like, oh, if you're going to Revival, I'll bring this for you. So he brought for me SOCOM US Navy SEALs Bravo team for the PSP. I've played a couple of SOCOMs, but I've never played them. I think you had to play them, you didn't have to, sorry, but I think they were kind of Sony's kind of thing to get into the online kind of space. I never played them online, but they're good shooters and stuff like that, so chuffed to have that. I did take my PSP with me to Revival, and I finished God of War Chains of Olympus on my kind of travels and night time at the hotel and stuff like that. But I chuffed to have that, and chuffed to add that to the PSP collection as well. Where we go next? Tootie, Big Stu Tootie, absolute class guy, absolutely brilliant man. Pleasure to meet him. Obviously I told him the story about me losing my wallet, and he's got that kind of sense of humour where he was when I was leaving, he was like, "Oh, tomorrow remember to bring your wallet." And I was like, "Ah, you bastard." And then I was messaging him just to say goodbye to him, and I mentioned to him about something about prices and things like that, just like mad, I couldn't spend all that kind of money, blah blah. And then he messaged back saying that it was alright for him because he found this wallet outside. Absolute troll, but brilliant guy. And I had quite a few wee chats with him. Really nice to talk to, loads of time to talk to you as well. But the first thing that he gave me was Dragon Age Origins on PS3, and he just gave me that because it's PS3 tat. But brilliant. I don't think I've got Origins. I think I've got 1 and 2 and Inquisition. I don't think I have Origins, but now I do have Origins, and they're meant to be absolute class games. And then he gave me this. Well, he didn't give me this. Sorry. Then I got this one, which is a game that I loved playing like back in the day. Me and my brother loved playing it. My friend loved playing it, but we never played it online. We always just had our own characters and just kind of like showing each other things that we got. And it's Dreamcast. It's Dreamcast. What the fuck? Phantasy Star on the Dreamcast. Phantasy Star Online, but this is Phantasy Star version 2. So this is kind of like if it was released today, this would be like the Game of the Year edition. So it's got all the kind of extra dungeons and extra content and things like that on it. Absolutely fantastic. 40 quid he wanted for it, but I got it for a wee bit late. I gave him the 40 quid and he gave me change. I don't really want to talk about prices. I don't know if that's the kind of thing you do, if that's the etiquette of these kind of things, but I got change from the asking price. Chuffed to have this, absolutely brilliant. And Stu was fantastic enough to give me it for a good price. And then, but on this subject, on this game, when I got back from Wolverhampton, I just had a wee look in the CEX window, and I seen this in the CEX window, and I messaged Stu, Generation Pixel, who I had a pint with and I had a wee lunch date with before I went down to Wolverhampton. Pixel's a great guy, absolutely brilliant. But anyway, I sent a picture and I said, listen, you have to snap that up because it's the version 2 in that CEX window and it's a good price. But we'll see. We'll see if he gets it or not. Great game. And on this as well, sorry, when I got back home, I saw Subliminal VCR. He was streaming this. It was just kind of weird that when I got this and then I got home in Glasgow, I seen it in the CEX window, and then I got home and looking through my videos, I seen that Subliminal VCR was streaming it. It was just very coincidental, but absolutely brilliant. He was saying, and I do know this, I know that you can still go online with the Dreamcast. I don't know how you do it, but I don't know if I will do it, or I'll just play it single player like I used to back in the day. But absolutely chuffed to have that. And Subliminal VCR as well, he was at Revival, but I don't know what he looks like, so I had no idea he was there. But I since know that he was there because he had videos up on his channel showing like random bits and bobs, like a big crystal see-through Amiga. I think it was called a Yorkshire Amiga, but that was cool as well, and I'm looking forward to playing that. And then who else did I see there? I seen Retro Bear and Retro Repair Bear Claire. So nice to see them, absolutely lovely, warm people. I can't wait till they come up to take part in our charity stream. There's a few regrets that I have. Obviously the biggest regret is I lost my bloody wallet. I lost my wallet, man, and like I went up to the bar to get a pint because I had cash on me from Paul, obviously, and then they poured the pint and I got the money out and they said card only, and I was just like, oh, this can't get any worse. So obviously I couldn't pay for my pint. But then later on, Paul bought me a couple of pints and Eddie bought me a pint, and I was just out of sorts because I couldn't get my own pints and I couldn't buy anybody a pint. It was just really frustrating. And the other big regret I have is that I didn't, because I had like a budget as such, I didn't have my own wallet, my own bank card, sorry. I really wanted to buy something from Claire, but I couldn't because I was just behaving myself because I was just a bit down and out of sorts. Aye. But anyway, I really wanted to buy something from Claire. She did try to sell me a big Spectrum and a big box Spectrum, lovely. But I said to Claire, oh, I can't carry that around, I can't take it to the hotel and then take it to the train and blah 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 blah. And she said, oh no, it's alright, look, it's got a handle. And I was like, oh, that's so. But I didn't buy it, I should have. Oh, I'm gutted I didn't buy anything from Claire. Gutted. But I did pass on a lot of a big bunch of flyers to Claire and Russ, so they kind of passed them around. They then told me to take a bunch over to Dana at Hidden Chess Gaming, who was absolutely brilliant as well, brand new guy, and he was straight up fantastic about it. He said, yep, give me them, and he put them into his little bags that he gave obviously to people that bought games and stuff, that had his flyer in it and his shop's flyer, these two before. So he put my flyer into his little bags that had a Hidden Chess flyer in it, and it had the Black Country Games Fair flyer in it as well. So that was really cool. So everyone that bought from Dana got obviously his flyers, and they got our flyer as well for our charity stream. And he said he was going to support us any way he can, so that's fantastic as well. If he can give us a wee hand and just kind of push it out there, which obviously he has done already. But then I bought 2 games from Dana as well. We bought Batman on the Commodore 64. Now I'm sure Mark picked this up a while ago. He was picking up a couple of Commodore stuff, and I'm sure he picked up this one. I mean, just even the artwork on it is just absolutely brilliant, man. I've not put it in yet. I seen Pixel when I got back to Glasgow. He was walking past the train station, and he was talking about this, and he wasn't sure which one it was. He thinks it's the one with the big sprites, so you go in and out doors or something. I don't know which one that is. I have played the one on the, what do you call it, on the NES, so I don't know if it's the same one as this one. This is really cool. I got quite addicted to that, but I couldn't beat it. I used to get to this boss, which was, I think it was like a big ball or a big cube that I just couldn't beat. But anyway, we got Batman, the Commodore 64. And when I mentioned Commodore 64, I've got to mention Paul Retrobait as well. So I managed to say a quick hello to him. And it was really cool to see him, and he's such a nice guy, but I didn't get much time to talk to him. And that's the kind of overall kind of thing about this kind of social gathering kind of thing. You don't get much time to speak to everyone because everyone's kind of buzzing around. It's mad, but it's so cool. So I got to meet Paul. That was lovely, absolutely brilliant. And then we bought this as well, which is Street Fighter EX Plus Alpha. I really enjoyed this game back in the day. It was the first one obviously that took Street Fighter into the 3D realm, but it was also during that time where 3D fighters were kind of coming of age, I guess. Like you had the Tekkens, you had Virtua Fighters, but this one reminded me of like Rival Skills as well. I've only ever played Rival Skills on demo, and it was brilliant. Bloody Roar, another one I've only ever played on demo, but this one is really cool. I think it gets quite a lot of hate, but I thought it was a fantastic game. And another guy who I met there as well, obviously Pete on a retro tip. I'd love to have spoke to Pete a bit more as well, because I just think he's really knowledgeable and interesting, but he absolutely loves that game. And I think he would have been chuffed if he'd seen that I picked that up, obviously. I did send him a wee picture of it, and he was like class, brilliant game. Is that all the things I picked up? It was. So that was everything I picked up. But yeah, like James Retro Import, he mentioned in his video yesterday, it was all about the social aspect of it. Tons and tons and tons of people. Obviously I spoke about Tutti, the Bears, Dana, Eddie, Dylan. I'm trying to get everybody here if I can remember. Dave Tyler, absolutely brilliant, man. We spoke about Returnal at length. Absolutely class, man. We've got that kind of Returnal love that binds us together. And then there was Retro Ram Liam. I had a good big chat with him as well. Lovely guy. obviously Paul, Sean as well. So Sean, I spent a lot of time with Sean on the Saturday. We all went for some beers afterwards, and Sean got his curry, so he was quite happy getting his curry. But honestly, the first time I met Sean was kind of outside when I was having a smoke. I think it was anyway. And within 1 minute, the guy was laughing. Like his laugh is so infectious. If anybody doesn't know who Sean is, then his laugh is absolutely second to none. Brilliant, man. Who else did I meet? Oh, I met two folk that I don't know if they still do YouTube or not, but I remember they did do YouTube, and they're both called James, funnily enough. James TNT Flashback TNT. Nice guy. He was saying he came down from Carlisle, and that we could have been on the same train, but we weren't because I was the day before and he was on the day. And then I met James Flashback. Oh my god, this is going to annoy me. Oh, I knew this would happen. I know exactly who he is. I know who he looks like. He's got a kind of curly head, no curly, but kind of wavy hair. Flashback TNT, and oh my god, that's so annoying. I know exactly who he is. I don't think he's done videos in a while. He said to me, oh, what's his name? That's so annoying. That's so annoying. I've done so well in this video, and now it's. Oh, that's just threw me off this video now. That's so annoying. Oh, anyway, aye, absolutely brilliant. Who else did we see there? Sega Zombie, Scott, he gave me a big hug, and he was telling me as well that he's going to help out with the charity stream in any way he can, like a wee kind of support video kind of thing, or whatever. Whatever he can do, he's going to help us out. Which reminds me, I've got a couple of videos that still needs to come out. I've got a video to come out with a charity update, which I've got a couple of clips from a couple of guys waiting to make the video. And then I've got my next 10 games beat this year. I still need to do that, because like I said, I beat God of War Chains of Olympus when I was down there, so that was game number 30. What else? I feel so bad because I feel like I've probably missed people. Oh, James, that is really flat. No, it's Flashback TNT. Oh, it's so. Oh, I did so well up until this point, man. So, I met tons of folk. If I've not mentioned them, I sincerely apologise. There was just so many folk around, and it was absolutely brilliant. Not even a lost wallet could dampen it. Obviously, I was a little out of sorts because I couldn't get to the bar and buy people drinks, which I would love to have done. That would have been. That's what I really wanted to do, to be honest with you. Aye, but anyway, I absolutely loved it. Paul Ink Northern is an absolute diamond, an absolute gem. He helped me out so much. Like, he has no idea how appreciative I am. Like he said, aye, Andy would have done it for you, and I'm like, aye, but you did. Straight, first time of asking, no questions asked. You were like, yep, let me help you out. Oh, brilliant, man. Anyway, Revival Game Not Over was fantastic, and I hope I can get to something like that again. Maybe even down to the Black Country Fair next time. I know Blackpool's coming up, and I kind of want to go to Blackpool, but it's kind of close to the stream, and I don't want to go. But next year, I'm definitely going to do something next year. I think maybe Blackpool or the Black Country would be the kind of ones that I want to go to. I wouldn't mind going back to that one as well, actually, to be honest. But anyway, I'm just rambling on now. Thank you very much for watching, and what a great event. Everyone involved absolutely did a fantastic job, and stunning. I've lost my words. But anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and take care. Cheers.